Hey guys, this is part 2 of arithmetic sequences. This would have been the back of your notes, okay? So starting with that, the arithmetic sequences, the difference between in arithmetic sequences, the difference between consecutive terms, that just means numbers like 1, 2 if they're next to each other, 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive, okay, one after the other, is always equal. Okay? The difference is always equal. So if you're adding 3 on the first to the second term, the next term is going to be plus 3, the next is plus 3, the next is plus 3. This difference is called the common difference. Excuse my spelling mistake. Common difference. Alright? And we're going to figure out how to get that common difference. And really, you're just looking at it and determining the pattern. So here, example 1, to get from 21 to 26, you would add 5. 26 to 31, you would add 5. 31 to 36, add 5. So if you're adding 5 every time, it's a positive 5. Your difference, D, is going to be 5. Okay, example 2. Again, to get from negative 4 to negative 1, you would add 3. Negative 2 to 2, negative 1 to 2, add 3. Negative 2 to 5, add 3. That means your common difference is 3. Okay, example 3, from 50 to 45. Now we're subtracting 5, okay? A little bit different. 45 to 40, minus 5. 40 to 35, minus 5. That means your common difference is going to be negative 5. That's how it's changing by, okay? Now let's write the rule, okay? Once you know how to get the difference, it's pretty simple here. As long as I use this formula, I can write the explicit rule. So that second part of the essential question, okay? We're writing your explicit rule, okay? And to write the rule, you follow this formula. F of n equals f minus 1 plus d times n minus 1. The thing about this, okay, there's really only two parts to this. F of 1, okay, this is your f of 1. Okay, that represents function of 1, or also your first term. The first number in that pattern, okay? So if I look at the example right here, the first number is 100. So f of 1 would be 100. Now the other part, okay, this letter D here, all that represents is your common difference. It's what we just found out up above, okay? Common difference. All right, so we just find out what it's changing by to find the letter D. So 100 to 88, we're subtracting 12. 88 to 76, subtracting 12, subtracting 12. So our difference is going to be negative 12. You do have to watch those negatives here, okay? If you're subtracting, make sure your difference is negative. So I'm going to plug it into the equation, okay? So if you notice, f of 1 goes first. So if I were to do the example, 100 would replace the f of 1. Well, let's go ahead and write the f of n so we're clear. And then d is negative 12. So I'm going to replace this positive d with a negative 12. N minus 1 always stays the same, okay? So that example, okay, for the example, f of n, your explicit rule would be 100 minus 21, 12, n minus 1. The only thing here is we can simplify. So from here, all right, simplify. Remember, our two steps from simplifying are distribute and then combine like terms. Okay, two parts to simplify. So distribute first means to get rid of the parentheses. So this negative 12 is going to be multiplied by both. That's how you get rid of the parentheses. You multiply out the number in front. So 100, negative 12 times n is going to be negative 12n. Negative 12 times negative 1, positive 12, because a negative times a negative is a positive. Now I want to combine like terms. This 100 and this 12 can be combined. They're both just numbers, okay? The negative 12n in the middle has an n on it. None of the other terms have an n, so do not combine it with anything. If I combine those, 100 plus 12 is going to be, well, let's bring down negative 12n. That stays the same. And then 100 plus 12 is 112. That would be your answer, okay? Again, this can be flipped. If you write it as 112 minus 12n, that means the same thing, okay? Our terms are just flipped, so the negative 12 goes, in the back. But it's better to just go ahead and keep the variable first. All right, let's try other examples. All right, so first off, again, remember, if I look up here, those two things you need, the first term, just look at it. What is the first number in that pattern? 30. What is the difference? From 30 to 35, I'm adding 5. 35 to 40, I'm adding 5. 40 to 45, I'm adding 5. So your difference is 5. Plug it into the equation, like what I did up here. Okay, the f of n, the first number goes first. F of n equals 30. The difference is plus 5 and minus 1. And then simplify. Get rid of the parentheses. 5 is going to go to both. So bring the 30 down. 5 times n is 5n. 5 times negative 1 is negative 5. Combine like terms. The second part of simplifying. 30, that literally says 30 minus 5. That's 25 plus 5n. So f of n would equal 25 plus 5n. Again, another way to write it, 5n plus 25. That probably looks better. Okay, so just know that they're both the same. I just switched them around. Example 2. Okay, what's my first number in that pattern? Negative 4, right here. What's the difference? From negative 4 to 0, I have to add 4. 0 to 4, I have to add 4. 4 to 8, I have to add 4. So the difference is 4. Again, plug it into your equation. So f of n equals, what's the first number? Negative 4 plus the difference times n minus 1. Simplify. This positive 4 is going to be multiplied to both. So that's going to give me negative 4 plus 4n. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. Combine like terms. Negative 4 minus 4. Negative 8 plus 4n. All right, or 4n minus 8. Okay, variables first, it looks better. Let's say 4n minus 8. All right, example 3. Again, same steps. Find the first number, 81. Find the difference. 81 to 72, looks like we're subtracting. It's going down, right? So it is going to be negative. You're subtracting 9. 72 to 63, minus 9. 63 to 54, minus 9. So the difference is negative 9. All right, plug it into our equation. F of n equals 81 is our first number, minus 9 is our difference, all of that times n minus 1. Distribute, okay, because we're simplifying. So 81 stays the same. Negative 9 times n, negative 9n, negative 9 times negative 1, positive 9, and then combine like terms, 81 and 9. So right here, f of n is going to be, let's bring down the 9n, negative 9n. 81 plus 9 is 90. That would be your equation. One more example. First term. What is the first number in the pattern? 10. Find the difference. Looks like it's minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. From 10 to 9 is minus 1. 9 to 8 is minus 1. 8 to 7 is minus 1. So your difference is minus 1. Plug it into your equation. Okay, that's how you write the rule. First term goes first. Minus 1 is your d. And then n minus 1 stays the same. Distribute. Okay, so bring down the 10. Negative 1 times n is just a negative n. Negative 1 times negative 1, positive 1. Combine like terms. That gives me 10 plus 1 is 11. But let's bring down the negative n first. Plus 11. That would be your answer. Okay, and that is part 2 of algebraic, arithmetic sequences. If you didn't get the first part, again, go back, look at that. But this is the second part, more examples of how to write the rules, okay? How to write the rules. All right, thank you.